Thanks for tuning in to At a Scope, where we talk about business, sports, and marketing. I'm Cristiano, CEO of Bold Worldwide, and this is episode number 51. I talked to Andrew Devlin about adding value and business cheat codes.
Sports marketing expert Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Sports fans are arguably the most passionate people probably on the face of this planet.
Marketers and advertisers and brands always have to keep in mind, you have to play to the state of your audience.
If you're not passionate, do something else. A lot of you probably haven't heard of the name Andrew Devlin, but it's one that you should pay close attention to. Andrew has worked with the likes of Tony Robbin, John C. Maxwell. He's a business advisor and coach to companies as large as Toyota and Lexus, and he works directly with the management and executive level teams, not only on helping to scale their businesses, but get their processes in order, as well as on the business side and personal side of life, so that not only can they be super successful, but can enjoy life while they do it. I've worked with Andrew for years. He's a good friend of mine. He's somebody that I really trust, a really genuine dude, and he has helped me scale Bold and put a lot of other things in order in my life. He's a great guy, has a lot of good insights, is an awesome mountain biker, would kick my butt any day of the week probably, and he shared some really good insights about business, about marketing, and about adding value and cheat codes in business. Awesome. Andrew, thank you so much for coming on Out of Scope. I really appreciate it, man.
I'm excited. I've been watching your videos, mate, so I've been learning lots from it. So I'm excited to be on the program, so thank you very much.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's just jump right into it. Give me the elevator pitch about who you are and what your business is.
Yeah, my name's Andrew Devlin, and what I basically do is expand people, expand businesses. And some people call it coaching and all that stuff, but it's there seems to be so many coaches out there right now. But my belief is you don't grow business, you grow people. So I come in and help expand the individual, expand the team so that business has an expansion. And I've just found from doing it from that standpoint, it just lights people up, it grows teams, but more than anything, some of the simplest things that's stopping you from growing is what you don't know. And that's where I come in. It's hard to read the label from inside the jelly jar, so I help people get outside the jar.
Awesome. Well, what attracts people to your business to get them to want to do business with you and you to either, however you want to call it, coach or help them grow and scale their businesses?
What I found is I generally attract people who are creative thinkers, who like to think outside what you want to call the box, but people that like to have fun. It's like there's so many. Just let's face it, most meetings are boring, and I like to bring a little bit of fun in there and come from the heart. I think there's a lot of people out there that they've got a plan. I don't have plans. I have objectives, I have wins, and my goal is that the customer wins. That's it. I'm going to be the last to get the success. They should get the success before me. And I really do believe that all the clients that I work with generally know that I want them to win first.
So it's not just necessarily the growth of the bottom line or the top line of the business. It's the individual's whole entire life.
Yeah, let's face it. We're all after fulfillment. But are we any more fulfilled if we just grow our business? And you could argue yes, but what would it be like if every area was fulfilled? That you've got that sustainability in your life rather than just like, I can get anybody a result if I hit the whip hard enough. Keep going. But when we're being pulled towards something rather than pushed towards something, now we can make it sustainable.
And there's obviously a lot of people in your industry, in your space, that are business coaches or personal coaches or whatever title they want to give. What is it that separates you from the rest of the noise?
I honestly, I know what it's like to struggle. This is not something I've just read in a book or just went to a seminar and said, hey, that's cool, let me teach you, because I feel like being a coach. It's like I've spent my whole life, whether I was a kid, helping people, learn how to windsurf better, rock climb, mountain bike, or anything like that. I just know what it's like to struggle. And this sounds a little weird, but I was a really broke kid, and I was a windsurfer, and I had this 15-foot long trailer for my bicycle. And I'd have all my gear on top of it, and I'd see all the guys drive past me with the fancy equipment. And I remember going, why does nobody stop and help? Offer me a lift or just help me learn to windsurf a little bit better. And I made a decision, when I get great at this sport, I'm going to teach. I'm going to help other people grow. And then I moved into the personal training world, and it's sort of the chiropractic world, and then ultimately the personal development world. I'm doing the same thing. I've just spent so many years hitting my head against the wall. I would love somebody to get the same results I got in 2 years in 2 weeks. You know, and just show them, and what I call it is the cheat codes. You know, if somebody's got the cheat codes to the video game, they're going to progress faster than you are. I want to help people grow, and I just want to help people just ignite their passion, because passionate people change this world. Passionate people change businesses, they change brands, but you can't be passionate if you're exhausted, frustrated, or you feel like your relationships are crumbling in the same time.
Yeah, and I can be a testament to that, man. I'm a super passionate guy, you know that. But when a lot is on the line from all angles, business, personal, finance, relationship, etc., it gets really, it makes it tough to be successful on any of those sides. So you're right, you have to have balance, and the passion isn't the only thing that covers it. Let's jump into marketing for a second, since that's kind of the basis for the show. What either for you or any of your clients, what's been the biggest marketing challenge this year?
I think honestly, things have just changed so much, and what we used to do to get clients isn't the same anymore. And I think what I've learned is I used to call myself, and I used to be not a tech guy, and I used to shy away from technology. But what I've realized is you have to be on it. You have to know what's happening. You have to know which medium's working. Maybe one medium was working 6 months ago, but now there's been a culture shift, and that medium's not working as well. And there's another medium that's coming out, and you can't just say, hey, I figured it out now. And it's like in the old days, if you were a blacksmith, you probably did the same type of thing your whole career. Now what I found is if I'm not regularly checking in, maybe every month, every 3 months maximum, on what's happening, keeping my finger on the pulse, I'm out of date.
I hear that a lot from a lot of different clients, and I think that that's a real big commonality, where things just move so quickly and people get afraid and locked up that they're either already currently behind or they will be behind. What have you done? Are you doing anything to address that, trying to keep on top of the pulse and understand where your customers are?
Yeah, I've tried the trial and error myself, and that takes a long time, and it honestly takes me away from what I'm great at. Which is the events, it's the coaching, it's the webinars, it's all that stuff. So again, I look for the people with the cheat codes, and I know, Brian, you've helped me out with some cheat codes as well, and that saves me so much time.
Right.
And honestly, I get drained from researching everything.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's not my passion, but it helps, but I know I need to know it to ignite my passion so I can help more people. So it has to be learned. And if I can find somebody that's learned it and can help direct me, I'm all for people helping me. I help others, other people help me, and we grow together. Nobody's an expert at everything.
Right.
I'm an expert at my segment, but I need somebody else who's an expert that we can walk side by side and grow together.
So having people that back you up, and whether that be a person, a friend, a company, whatever, that gives you that insight to address
whether that's a seminar, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a book, or whether it's just a question I ask myself a lot is, who do I know who knows who I need to know?
Right.
And I write it out, and I'll go and try and get a connection with that person and make sure that I'm adding value to them first, and then ultimately the value will come back.
I like that. And, what, as far as marketing or business in general, do you wish you understood better?
I think a lot of times, again, it's from the technology standpoint, and it's having a clear message. It's okay to know what you do, but can you articulate it? And I think that's where articulating it from a written standpoint is different than articulating it from a verbal standpoint. And it's a shift, and it's knowing how to do it, again, in all areas, casting a big enough net in your target market that message is common, but also different enough for the different mediums that you're moving into. And
let's take another step back, things that you do know.
Yeah.
If, for the next year, you could only do one thing from a marketing perspective to get new business and get new clients, what would that one thing be if that was all you could do?
If I could do one thing, I would learn even better how to connect with a larger audience. So whether it was videos, something like that, something that I'm adding value to them in such a way that it's a subject that's vital right now. It's not just a subject that you like, but it's a subject that's life-changing and it's relevant. And then producing a video that people can take action on that information today.
So content marketing, essentially. Yeah. And I agree 100% on that, clearly. But yeah, it's super important. I agree with you. I think that's where everything is heading, and if you can give that value away for free and people understand that you are a thought leader in your space and you know what you're talking about, they're going to be driven towards you instead of you having to go out towards them. So I couldn't agree with you more on that. All right, a couple rapid fire ones here. What's one thing, outside of everything we talked about, what's one thing you're super passionate about?
I'm passionate about adventure. Just getting out there and experience. Like, adventure with experience, that means who's around you. Because I can adventure alone and it's cool. But when I adventure with other people, it becomes an experience. Or if I can bring my kids along, my wife, and that it lights me up even more when I see them having the experience too. So I'm more focused on experiences now than, stuff. I'd rather have memories than a collection.
I like that. I like that a lot. And if you could go back in time and tell your 20-year-old self one thing, what would that be?
Who you are is good enough. Don't compete with anybody else. Be the best you can be, and stop focusing on what you're not and start focusing on what you are.
And is that a good tip as far as, like, if you were going to coach somebody and give them one tip, is that one you'd give them too?
Yeah, I think more people know what they're not good at than what they are. And, it's like, I like this phrase, only Google what you want. So if you go on a Google search and you type in, I do not want a white pickup truck, you're going to see lots of white pickup truck. Google says, why would you be asking for something you don't want?
Right.
Well, often we ask ourselves, why am I so bad at this? Why is this so hard? And, why do I not like this about me, my physical appearance or my personality? And it's just like, it's accepting who you are, and it's going, I'm going to do the best with who I am, and I'm going to go and deliver that. And I just believe, like, we're all here to grow. Nobody's got it all figured out. But it's okay to mess up.
Right.
It's okay to fail because you're going to learn in the failure. And failure is not fatal.
Yeah, if you're in business for yourself, man, you're going to fail a lot. I can attest to that, but it's a learning experience, that's for sure.
It's like swimming. You're going to get wet.
Right.
If you're in business, you're going to fail.
Right.
Expect it, and if you expect it, it's not that scary.
Right. Part of the territory, that's it.
That's it. So, most people I know, they're so scared of failing that they fail.
That's powerful.
It's just like, take the risk, mess up. But I'd rather mess up 1,000 times and get it than be worried about messing up and never getting it.
Yeah. I always think about, I would rather know that it didn't work out than wonder what could have been had I done it.
Yep. I hate wondering. I hate going, what if I did that? Where would I be today? Let's just jump in. We'll figure it out along the way and fail quickly and fail cheaply.
Awesome. Last question. Yeah. If you got rid of everything that you do in life and you could play one professional sport, what would it be? It'd
have to be windsurfing or mountain biking.
Nice.
And just, again, when I picture windsurfing or mountain biking, I picture freedom. It's just, you're out there, you're in the elements, and, it's just, it's just that feeling like you're just flying and that you need absolute presence. I love sports where you have to have absolute presence. You can't let your mind wander, otherwise it hurts. And that's been a great metaphor for me, for my life, for my marriage. It's like, I need to be here right now. If I'm mountain biking, I can't be going, I wonder what the weather's going to be doing tomorrow because there's a rock there. Bringing that presence to your business, to your people, to your team, and to your relationships around you. That, for me, is when you meet two people that are fully present, it's magic. And so I'll choose a sport that makes me present.
I love it, man. Well, one of these days we'll have to get together. I'll have to come out to Colorado and mountain bike, or you come out to the East Coast and bring a road bike, and we'll have to roll around.
I've got a feeling if I brought a road bike out, I'd be in for some schooling.
I think that same for me. If I bring a mountain bike out, I think it's going to be the same for me.
That's right. But it's all fun. We're all out there having fun.
Awesome. Andrew, thank you so much for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome, mate. Thanks again.
Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you like this episode a lot. Andrew Devlin is such a cool dude. If you did like this episode, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, share, because the more people that watch this, the better the content and the show is going to continue to get. Thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to catch this Friday's episode after Thanksgiving, where I sit down with my director of sports marketing, Kyle. Not only do we talk about business, sports, and marketing, but we might even drink some tequila.